Hello and welcome back to another Premier League prediction show. We're now up to game week 23. I am here, unfortunately, on my own this evening. Nathan's a little bit under the weather and hopefully he'll be back with us next time. At the top of the table, Liverpool march on, currently on 50 points. 6 points ahead of Arsenal, and Liverpool also have a game in hand. So it's all to play for. Less of my waffle, let's just get straight into it and make the predictions for game week 23. So first up on Saturday, and there's actually 5 matches that are kicking off at 3 o'clock. We love to see it, don't we? It all starts with Bournemouth taking on Nottingham Forest. Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, you could say, having excellent seasons. Currently Bournemouth in 7th position. Nottingham Forest in 3rd. Last weekend, what a performance it was by Bournemouth away at Newcastle, St James's Park, and Justin Kluivert coming away with a hat-trick. Absolutely brilliant. Nobody really saw that one coming, or not many people at all. And Nottingham Forest getting another win. That's 5 wins in their last 6, with a 3-2 home win against Southampton. I think they're 3-0 up in that match as well. In this one, Bournemouth on the south coast, I think they'll score, but Nottingham Forest defensively have been excellent throughout this season. So I think it'll be very, very tight in this one. So I've gone for a 2-1 away victory. Nathan, on the other hand, I think it's going to end up in a draw. He's gone for Desmond's. He's gone for Bournemouth 2, Nottingham Forest 2. Moving on to the next fixture, also at 3 o'clock, which is excellent. Brighton and Hove Albion coming up against Everton. Now Brighton got that excellent away victory against Manchester United, the hapless Manchester United last time out. And Everton also returned to winning ways with a fantastic 3-2 home win against Spurs. And I think Everton were 3-0 up in that fixture as well. In this one, it was just a 1 win in 6 for Everton. Back on the south coast, in front of their home fans, I'm going to go for a narrow 1-0 victory to Brighton. Nathan, he's gone for another draw in this one. He's gone for Brighton 1, Everton 1. Next up, we've got the leaders of the Premier League. We've got Liverpool coming up against Ipswich. Ipswich absolutely battered last weekend by Manchester City 6-0. And Liverpool getting back to winning ways after 2 consecutive draws. They came away with a 2-0 away victory against Brentford, but they did leave it late on, didn't they, in London. This one, I think Liverpool shouldn't have too many problems against Ipswich. They have been in Champions League action this week on Tuesday evening as well, but yeah, they should keep a clean sheet as well. So I'm going to go for Liverpool 4, Ipswich Town 0. Nathan, you think it's going to be a little bit narrower? Just sees a couple of goals for Liverpool without conceding, so he's gone for a 2-0 home win. Next up, we got Southampton coming up against Newcastle United. Newcastle, as we've already mentioned, suffering defeat against the Cherries of Bournemouth at home last week, 4-1, and Southampton with that 3-2 reverse against Nottingham Forest. And this one, come on, Newcastle, the Magpies should get back to winning ways against this awful Southampton side, you could say. 5 losses on the bounce now. As for Nathan, well, you know his thoughts about Southampton. He's gone for an absolute drubbing for the Saints. He's gone for Southampton 0, Newcastle 5. Next up, we've got the last of the 3 o'clock kickoffs, where we've got Wolverhampton Wanderers coming up against Arsenal. Arsenal themselves in Champions League action on Wednesday evening. Now the Gunners have really got to start to put a bunch of wins together if they want to pull Liverpool back in the league. This match, they shouldn't have too many problems. Wolves' defence is a little bit woeful, just outside the relegation zone, but 3 defeats on the trot isn't great. Losing 3-1 against Chelsea last time out. Gunners, of course, being held to Aston Villa at home 2-2. Desmond's in the last fixture, so I think Arsenal will win this one. I'm going to go for a 3-1 away victory, but the strikers and going forward, Wolves can cause issues for any team in this league, and I think they'll get that goal. And Nathan, on the other hand, he thinks it's going to be a little bit narrower, but he's gone for an Arsenal victory and he's gone for Wolves 1, Arsenal 2. Next up, we got the 5:30 kick-off. This is live on Sky in the UK. We got Manchester City coming up against Chelsea. Man City in action in the Champions League against Paris Saint-Germain on Wednesday evening. Coming up against the Chelsea side who've stuttered of late. Just a 1 win in their last 6 matches, and that win came last weekend with that 3-1 victory against Wolves. Man City getting back to winning ways, slowly turning, the wheels turning. A 6-0 victory, as we've mentioned, against the Tractor Boys in East Anglia. And in this one, I think Man City are going to take all 3 points in a narrow 2-1 victory. Nicholas Jackson has got to start scoring again for the Blues. Nathan, he thinks it's going to end up 2-2, Desmond's. We then move on to Sunday, where we've got Crystal Palace coming up against Brentford, an all London affair. Crystal Palace up to 12th in the league. 5 matches now without defeat, back-to-back wins. An excellent 2-0 victory against London rivals West Ham last time out. And Matata scoring for fun at the moment. Coming up against the Brentford side who have been scoring for fun, but it was a 2-0 reverse last time out. And they've just recorded 1 victory in their last 6 matches. So for me, I think Brentford should get back on the score sheet here. And I'm going to go for Desmond's here. I'm going to go for Palace 2, Brentford 2. Nathan, on the other hand, has gone for a Crystal Palace victory, and he's gone for Palace 2, Brentford 1. Next up, we've got Tottenham Hotspur taking on Leicester City. Spurs in action in the Europa League on Thursday evening against Hoffenheim from Germany. Leicester, they're looking terrible. 7 defeats on the bounce. A 2-0 reverse against Fulham last time out. And I think it's going to be another defeat here, even though Spurs have been woeful themselves with 5 defeats in their last 7 matches and a 3-2 reverse against Everton. Frankly, for Spurs, it's a little bit embarrassing. But I think they'll return to winning ways here, even though they've got a massive injury list. So I'm going to go for Spurs 2, Leicester 1. Leicester hopeless, Spurs hopeless, but Spurs a little less hopeless than Leicester. And Nathan, he thinks both of these sides are hopeless, and he's gone for a 1-1 draw. Next up, 4:30 live on Sky in the UK, we've got Aston Villa against West Ham. It's the battle of the Claret and Blues here. Aston Villa at home have been strong. Their record in the last 7 matches have been 3 wins, 2 draws and a loss. In the last match it was that spirited 2-2 draw against Arsenal. West Ham under new management, of course, but losing 2-0 out last time out against Crystal Palace wasn't great. Prior to that, they did get that 3-2 home win against Fulham. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 home victory to Aston Villa. I think the Hammers can score here at Villa Park. And Nathan's gone exactly the same as me. He's gone for a 2-1 victory to Villa as well. And the final fixture of this game week, taking place on Sunday, 7 p.m. in the night. What a horrible time that is. Especially if you're travelling down from Manchester, because it's Fulham coming up against Manchester United at Craven Cottage. Man United in the Battle of Britain on Thursday evening, you could say, against Rangers. That's England versus Scotland, of course. This one, I think Fulham home advantage. They're doing really well. Currently in 10th position. A victory against Leicester City last time out. And Manchester United, 4 defeats in their last 7. A 3-1 reverse against Brighton was frankly embarrassing for them, and the manager's not happy with their players. You will see a lot of coming and goings, I should imagine, coming to the end of the January transfer window. But I do see Fulham getting all 3 points here in a 3-1 victory. And Nathan has gone exactly the same. He agrees with me. He thinks Fulham are going to win this fixture 3-1. So those are our predictions for game week 23. Make sure you leave your predictions over at the Superbru website if you're playing along at home. All the details are in the description. If not, leave your predictions as a comment, because myself and Nathan read each and every one of them, and we love to see your feedback. This weekend, if Nathan's well, then both of us will be going to see Cardiff City against Derby in a real 6-pointer at the foot of the Championship. But thanks for joining me once again. Enjoy the Premier League action over the weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing.